Yeah, welcome to the Player Supreme show. I am your host, Player Supreme. I'm on one of my laptops right now, checking out the mail, and the Jordy Sosa is writing to me. Says Supreme, just want to tell you it's a blessing watching your channel. LOL. Keep up the good work. You changed my life for the better, like you wouldn't believe. Nothing like watching your vids. Every time I watch one, I learn something new. Again, keep up the good work. God bless. Thanks, and welcome to the new channel. I'm not sure if I'm going to go back to the old one because this channel doesn't have any things against it, so I can actually monetize this channel. Next, Sean. Sean. You're right. Hey, Play Supreme. Sean here. I'm the Irish guy from Facebook. I noticed the new channel, and it occurred to me that I have a question I was planning to ask you. Have you ever had the experience with going blank when talking to a young lassie, to a girl, when you're first approaching her? Mm, I know there are endless possibilities, but when you're actually out there approaching women, I have found it can be harder than I would have thought. I try to look around me for a few seconds when it happens and get inspiration from the environment. If she has a shopping bag, well, if she has a shopping bag, that means her retail therapy has been satisfied. So it's okay to approach her. If she doesn't have a shopping bag, she's shopping, stay away from her, like a vampire or a werewolf. She goes, I will ask her about her day's shopping, etc. I keep the ball rolling this way usually. But has it ever happened to you that you just can't find anything to talk about no matter how you try? If so, how would I cope with this? And I can't actually remember far enough back to where I actually drew blanks after I opened the girl up. So uh, today there was a girl at or a woman at Mickey D's where I have coffee, McDonald's, and I thought she was Portuguese. So I said to her, "Como senso, senora? Fala português?" And she ended up being French and Spanish, and we talked for a moment. It was just simple as pie. It's just simple as pie. Uh, I invited her to the Portuguese festival because I told her she has a twin in this town that looks just like her. It just comes natural, I guess. No, actually, it wasn't natural because I was really, really shy as a kid. I couldn't say two words. I didn't know how to open a girl up, start a fucking conversation. So I think after so many years, is just comes more natural to you. So what you want to do is actually throw yourself into the flames. You're probably hoe chasing, so to make you a good hoe chaser, throw yourself in the flames. Okay, that means go out there and do it. Okay, do what you're doing. I don't really recommend it, the hoe chasing, but whatever. That's how you guys do things over there. So anyway, uh, if you're trying to use the environment, you got to get creative. Like you're in Ireland. Ireland is kind of a, you can have a balmy day out there, and you can talk about the day. Say like, I wish it was summertime, don't you? And every girl likes the warm season versus the, at least most girls I've met like the warm seasons over a blustery day. Although some girls like rainy days because it's kind of romantic to them. Hear the raindrops, all that kind of shit. In fact, I've found that it seems like the month that you're born tends to be the month that you love the most. That type of weather that you love the most. Like Jovina, her birthday's coming up next month, or this month actually, and she likes the fall going to winter more, surprisingly. But there's so many things you could talk about. What you need is experience, and that's what really counts. Is experience. Like if you guys are hoe chasing out there, cold approaching, doing a numbers game. Basically, if you're doing a numbers game, then at least let those numbers that where you get rejected work for you. Try to hold just a conversation. All you try to do is sell a fucking conversation. That's all you got to sell. Just sell a good conversation. Okay, that's it. If you can at least engage in a conversation, you can say, well, I got to go, so how about I get your number? We can continue this another time. If you get into a deep conversation, okay? That's kind of hard to do if she's going one direction, going to another, and she's in a hurry. Impossible. But if you're in let's say a restaurant and they're sitting next to you, you can open them up and hold a conversation. You can talk about the restaurant. Uh, what's the best thing to eat on the restaurant? What does she like the most? What's the worst thing to eat? Are there any good other restaurants in town? Who's comparable? Who's better? Okay, that's just the restaurant alone. Who's the best waiter? Have you had any bad waiters? I'm just thinking off the top of my head. You gotta learn how to think and use your head. Okay, that's why I tell my players that they gotta learn how to think on their feet, because if you're playing women and you get caught, you got to know how to think of something real fast, okay? And that's where most guys fail. They fall on their face. They start hemming and hawing and stumbling and bumbling because they don't think fast enough. All right? So train your mind to think fast. Okay. Peace, fellas.